Hi everyone, this is Michele at Home in Austin. I started this channel a little over a year ago to share some baking, cooking, gardening ideas with you. But also my son and I compose a lot of the music you'll be hearing in these videos, so if you want to check it out in the description below, you can find the links there. Today I'm going to be making Ina Garten's Banana Crunch Muffins. I love this recipe because it's so versatile. You can add chopped nuts, granola, coconut, or you can completely leave those things out and they still turn out just perfect. I'm going to be using King Arthur's gluten-free flour instead of regular all-purpose flour today. And I don't know if you've ever watched Ina Garten measure flour on TV, but she usually fluffs up the flour in the container and then scoops up a cup worth of flour and levels off the top. I did not do that this time, and you'll see later on that my muffins came out a little flat. I should have scooped the flour rather than spoon it into the measuring cup. And I have a tip about the butter. Yes, Ina uses 2 sticks of butter in this recipe, but it makes at least 23 to 24 muffins. I usually put the butter in the saucepan while I'm working on everything else and getting it ready, but I keep an eye on it. I put it on medium heat so that it will not boil, but it won't also completely melt. If you do that, you end up with sort of a milky, opaque butter, which is already cooled down enough to be used in the recipe. If you let it go so far that the butter is clear and all the milk solids are in the bottom, then you have to wait quite a while for it to cool down. Once you have all your dry ingredients in the bowl, pour in the butter. Then turn on the mixer until you get a coarse texture. But you don't want to overmix it. Then you'll mix in your wet ingredients, which are eggs and milk and vanilla. And then turn the mixer off, because you'll want to stir in the cut up banana, nuts, coconut, raisins, whatever you choose to add. But just stir in the ingredients and try not to overmix the batter. Let me see a show of hands. How many of you love Ina Garten's recipes as much as I do? I don't think I've had a single one fail to work for me. They're just such great, well-tested recipes. When you break open these muffins, you'll see all those chunks of banana, granola, nuts, raisins, whatever you choose to add. It gives it such great texture. So a cute story about this recipe. My oldest daughter was in middle school and they had a competition for new recipes. And the prize was an iPod. That's how long ago this contest was. But what she did is she took Ina Garten's Banana Crunch Muffins, and then she made monkey milk, which is basically milk with banana and peanut butter and a little bit of honey and some crushed ice blended up. And what she ended up doing was taking the muffins and making them crumbles so they went on top of this fun milkshake. And she won herself an iPod. So these muffins bake in the oven at 350 for about 25 minutes. I usually find with my oven I have to go to the full time and maybe a little longer just to get it really well cooked. And our favorite part, well actually our 2 favorite parts are the crumbled banana chips that go on top. Now you don't want to put banana chips on the ones you're not going to eat that day, because when they are stored, the banana chips end up getting sort of soft but hard to bite through at the same time. So we usually just do a few of the muffins that we know we're going to get through that morning and then leave the rest without. Now our second favorite part of these muffins is that you'll find once you remove them from the pan and let them cool a little bit, the muffin top becomes a little bit crispy. Not as hard as a cookie, but it's just such a great texture to bite through, and then you have the soft muffin underneath. They're just delicious. I I think I've made these muffins probably 100 times. We've taken them to swim meets, basketball games, traveling. It's just such a great muffin, and they last really well in the freezer. So you see this plastic bag I'm putting the nuts back in the freezer in. These are the greatest invention. They keep everything so fresh in the freezer. I don't feel like I have to vacuum seal my baked goods anymore. These keep them so moist. You defrost them in the refrigerator the night before, and they just turn out great. So here's what I was talking about. You can see some of the muffins are a little bit flat and a little bit dipped in the middle. I think it's a combination of two things. Not adding enough flour because I didn't follow Ina Garten's scooping technique. And the second part might be with gluten-free flour that there was just too much baking powder. So they rose too quickly and then they dropped in the center. So next time I think I'm going to use a tiny bit less, probably a 1/4 teaspoon less baking powder. Otherwise, these turned out so delicious. We ate part of them. My kids came home from college. They took a bunch back with them this last weekend, and we just enjoyed them. Thanks everyone for watching to the end of the video. I hope you'll consider subscribing and help me grow my channel. I'll be posting a lot of videos of cooking and baking from Ina Garten and a lot of my favorite recipes. There'll be canning and sewing if you guys would like to see that. And of course, a lot of original music. I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you for watching.